Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning, 5th of December, 2022. I want to welcome everybody here. And I want to make sure you guys use that chat box there. Today's session really needs to be interactive. It really does. I'm going to be talking about courses today, online courses that we've all seen in the past couple of years with the world illness. Can I call it that? I don't know. I don't want to get shut down here. But there's been a really huge interest in online courses, and there's been a huge influx of online courses, and some of them are pure crap. They're just going to take your money. You're not going to get what they tell you you're going to get. And I know a lot of you want to figure that out before you waste your money. So that's what this entire training is going to be about today. So I think it's pretty interesting. I've taken a lot of courses. I've taken some good ones. I've taken some bad ones. I've actually produced courses. I'd like to believe they're all good. But how do you tell the difference? We're going to get right into that, and I'm going to show you how to pick out the good ones. Don't forget to subscribe, though. Hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every time I go live or if I upload a video. This is really exciting stuff, guys, because if you know how to weed through these courses that are out there, no matter what it is, whether it's gardening or losing weight or making money online, there's some common threads. And you're going to notice them in just a second. Matter of fact, put in the chat section, have you taken a course? Have you taken one? Is it good? Is it bad? What'd you get out of it? Do you think the value was good? Put all that stuff in the chat section there. If you just want to say hi, you can do that too. Put your name in there. Tell me where you're at. But having that interaction, I really appreciate, guys. And give me that thumbs up too, if you would. Hit that thumbs up there. It means a lot to the algorithm. So I need that. All right. So let me pull up my notes. Got a bunch of notes on this. Been working on this all weekend so that you guys would have some good training today, okay? And I feel like I've got good insight on this because I've developed so many courses. I'm working on a course now. I have been actually for a couple of years. That one's going a little bit slower, but it's very intricate, and I want to make sure it's right. So first off, I want to go through 10 items that if you see these items, okay, it could be a problem. Now, I don't mean if you see all of these items, it doesn't have to be all these items, but if you see several of these that are matching up, then you may want to steer away from the course. Okay. And this doesn't matter what kind of course it is. Doesn't matter if it's dog training or losing weight or, I don't know, gardening. It doesn't matter. The point is these are red flags. Okay. And the more the red flags that are there, the more you should be wary. Okay. So the first one is a huge promise of success. You're going to lose 10 pounds in 7 days, or you're going to make $10,000 a month within 30 days. Any of these things that sound like a huge promise of success could be a problem. Now, I teach courses on drop shipping. I teach courses on how to make money online, and you could certainly make $10,000 a month. It's not going to happen the first week, though. So you got to kind of look at what is the promise, what is the time frame. If the promise seems reachable, but the time frame seems ridiculous, like it's awfully quick, there's a red flag right there. So you want to look at these huge promises of success. And guys, don't forget, please use that chat. It doesn't matter if I'm talking or anything. Use the chat. That chat really kind of keeps us connected. So I really appreciate you doing that. The next one is a large amount of testimonials, Now, we've all seen this. We'll go to a sales page, and at the bottom of the sales page, they have some testimonials, which I don't have any problem with. I really don't. It's when they have like 15, 20, 50. It just seems overkill to me. And if it's overkill, there's got to be a reason for that. They're trying to oversell it. Why are they trying to oversell it? Like I could get 50 testimonials and put them on my sales page, but why would I do that? I would only do that if it looks like somebody's not going to buy the course and I'm trying to get them to buy it. Let me adjust my screen. There we go. I have my doorway in the corner of it. So if you see too many of these, that's probably going to be a red flag. Thomas, what has he got to say today? Good to see you today, buddy. Good to see you around. Some courses are better than others. Absolutely. One needs to evaluate. Oh, my phone's going off here. Let me see what my phone's saying here. Okay. Some courses are better than others. One needs to evaluate how much of a value the course is to them versus what is being charged. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I've got a little light problem, guys. Can you hang on for 1 second? I'm going to go grab something and fix this light problem. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm coming back. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm trying to fix this little lighting situation I got going on here. I don't want it to affect you guys, but I'm sorry I'm not on screen right now. I will be in just a second. I promise. Just 1 second. 1 second. I'm coming back. All right. I'm back. All right. I was having a problem with the light and I thought it was going to go off, so I had to fix it. All right. So let me read what else is let's see. One needs to evaluate how much value the course is to them versus what is being charged. That's an interesting aspect. And it's not always money either, is it, Thomas? So, you know, if I want to lose 10 pounds just because I want to look better, that's one thing. If I need to lose 50 pounds because my health depends on it or my life depends on it and I'm getting really sick, that's another thing. So I'm going to pay more for that course than I would for the 10-pound course, right? Just to look good. Let's see here. Take a look at all the information and try to weed out the fluff. Yes, very good advice. Absolutely good advice. And I appreciate you putting that in there, Thomas. Hey, the rest of you dudes, come on now. Put something in that chat section there. I want to hear from you. The next one is a really big red flag, telling you that they have a new discovery. The green algae drink. I remember that in the 90s. The kale diet. I remember that one. The paleo diet. There's a guy recently, the Kidney King. Does anybody know about the Kidney King? He's been all over the news. Joe Rogan's been talking about him. He's a super buff guy. And he's selling his program and his supplements so that you could look like him. And he says he eats raw kidneys. I don't know. He's got this big long beard and he built up millions of followers and selling these supplements. And he says everything's all natural and he's never taken any drugs or anything like that. And some of his emails got leaked. And he was talking, I think, to an agent or somebody who worked with him. And it turns out he was taking $15,000 worth of steroids a month to have that body. $15,000 a month to have that body and selling courses off it, telling everybody he was all natural. Man, guys, if it looks too good to be true, you know, like that guy, I looked at him and I was like, there's no way you could get a body like that. I mean, it's not even human looking. It was just weird looking. And if you see stuff like that and it doesn't match up, it probably is not true. It probably is not true, guys. Next thing is check out a refund guarantee. Do they have a refund guarantee? Will they give your money back if you don't get the results that you want? You know, and some things I can see where they wouldn't want to give your money back. Maybe it's a course on teaching you how to make a web page because, I mean, they taught you no matter what. If you don't do it or you don't do a great job, that's up to you. But if they're telling you that, you know, follow all these steps and you can make money online and none of the steps work and you don't make any money on it, that's a whole nother deal. Like I have a guarantee on all my courses and it's a 100% guarantee. Okay. If you're not satisfied for any reason, I give you money back. Pretty simple. You've got to at least go through the course though. I had somebody a couple of years ago bought one of my courses and this person said, well, you know, it's not what I thought and I will get my money back. You know, I said, why is that? They were like, well, I watched the whole thing and I went through all the videos and it wasn't what I thought it was. And I went into our system and they hadn't even logged in and looked at any of the videos yet. Okay. So be careful because like people like me, I know if you went through the course or not. This person didn't even bother to go through the course. And I'm like, come on, man, you got to go through the course. And then I never heard from them again. Next thing you want to watch out for is the company located in your country? Now, I'm not saying that if a company is located outside your country, it's bad, but you're going to lose certain protections. Okay. You know, if you go after the Better Business Bureau and say, hey, this guy ripped me off and the company's in China or Lithuania or Africa, they can't do anything about it. There's nothing they can do. They can't even contact the company for you. So be careful, be very careful if they're not located in your country. That could be a big, big red flag. And I see a lot of that going on now. I see a lot of people in other countries. Not that it's bad. And keep in mind, when I'm giving you all this information here, it's not one or two things. It's if they have several of these things, you know it's probably a problem. Now, some of these courses you're going to see online, they may tick all 10 boxes. That's a scary thing. The next one, number 6, is a bad history. What is a bad history? Well, bad history is where you can find all kinds of complaints online, all kinds of rip-off stories online, where this person has done stuff in the past, and maybe it wasn't even the course they're selling you, but maybe they've sold other courses in the past that people didn't like. Dig into the history of the person, put their name in and put scam. You can do it with me if you want. But put their name in Google and type in scam or rip off and see what you find. It was interesting. I did that to myself the other day. And I had put in J.R. Fisher scam. And sure enough, a web page came up. It says, "Is J.R. Fisher a scam?" And I clicked on it and I read the web page, and it was actually a sales page for my course. And it talked about how I wasn't a scam and how it was a great course. Click here to buy it. So they were actually an affiliate of mine, and that was what they were using for SEO. Not a bad idea, but that did happen. So I did find something that's a J.R. Fisher scam. And guys, keep those comments coming. I want to hear what you got to say. You guys are very insightful. You're very helpful, but I don't know it if you don't put something up there. All right, Paul is on Facebook today. And what's Paul got to say? Buying from a reputable person is key. Yes, nothing worse than gurus who do nothing but sell a course but haven't made any money outside of selling courses. Yeah. And when I first started out, I would say 2009, 10, that was a lot of what was out there. It was like, most of the people that were trying to sell me a course had never really done anything, online. And I'm like, well, if you haven't done this, they're like, well, no, I figured it out and I just teach it now. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not buying that. Paul said there's a lot of sellers who sell a reputable product cheap in hopes of selling you an upsell. Of course. Yeah, nothing's wrong with that. Brunson and Jim Edwards for Copy Secrets. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a small purchase leading to a bigger purchase. And quite honestly, I would rather do that. I would rather buy a cheaper course, and say, hey, I'm going to try this cheaper course. And if it's really, really good, I'm all in for the next course too, whatever it is. That's a good point, Paul. I appreciate you bringing that up because that is a real thing and there's nothing wrong with it. That's just called marketing. Okay. So I don't think that's wrong at all. Next one you want to look at. Now, this isn't in by itself a determining factor, but if it's another factor, you may want to back off buying the course. The Better Business Bureau complaints. Okay. If there's a lot of complaints by the Better Business Bureau or in the Better Business Bureau on this course or this person, you may want to back off, okay? And also, when you look at the Better Business Bureau complaints, see how that company or that person has reacted to them. Did they answer these complaints? Did they try to help these people out? Were they responsive or did they totally ignore them? And that's what they're going to be doing with you. Keep that in mind. So if they don't answer any of these Better Business Bureau complaints, they're probably not going to answer you. If they answered all of them and they really try to help people out, hey, that's not so bad if you got a complaint and the company's willing to help you out. I'm hiring a company probably today or tomorrow to do some installation stuff for me. And I look them up online. I look at what they've done. I look at what their history is before I do anything with them, right? Because I want to know what experiences did other people have. And I found one that was recommended to me yesterday, and they had one that was a 1-star. All the rest were 5 stars. And that 1 star was really a pain in the butt customer. And they actually showed how much they worked with that customer and how much they tried to help that customer. So that doesn't bother me because anybody can complain about stuff, but how does the company handle it? Number 8, let's get on to number 8 right here. Number 8 is using pictures or videos with fancy cars, with boats, with houses, with sexy women in bikinis, okay? This kind of stuff is one of the biggest red flags I think there is, and I'm not saying that, some people who have a great course have a nice car, they like to take a picture with it, but what are they really trying to get across to you? They're trying to say, hey, you're going to have these house and boats and cars and women or men. I don't know. I haven't seen women pull that off yet where they have a bunch of guys laying around them in Speedos or something like that. But the bottom line is you will see that a whole lot. So when you see that, guys, you want to go, wait a second, why are they doing that? Why is it that they're, trying to show me these pictures? They're trying to validate everything. Quite honestly, if somebody's really successful online, they don't spend a lot of time buying. I don't buy cars. I don't care about cars. Boats, I don't. I had a boat years ago, ski boat, but I don't want a yacht. Who the hell wants a yacht and have to take care of that? Unless you're some billionaire or something like that. I don't want to take care of all that stuff. I don't want to do that. I have a decent house, which I promised to do a video on this place, and I swear I'm going to do it. very, very soon. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. Let's see here. What else? We got some comments. Paul here says there's a lot of sellers who sell a rep. Okay, I got that one. Okay. I remember when YouTube was very young. Let's see, and there was a rash of 20-year-old Australians selling courses for how they were the CEO of Entrepreneur Freedom Lifestyle. I don't know that one. That's an interesting one. When it was pretty obvious they had absolutely no experience. Well, it's obvious to you because you've got some life experience, Paul, but to some people it's not. And that's why I'm doing this training today. The other thing I hate are the online summits that are a bunch of marketers selling their products. Then they want to sell you the recordings of a collection of sales pages. Yeah, Frank Kern did that a few years ago. He's like, do you want to know how I sell all this stuff? I'm going to sell you all these emails that I send out, and it's going to be in a package, and it's going to be 500 emails. And I'm thinking, well, all you got to do is go through your trash bin, and you probably got them all right there. You don't have to buy them again. He's going to send them to you for free. You don't need to do that. But that's a good point. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the input, Paul. What about the rest of you guys? Give me some input. Looking for input in that chat box there. We got a good session going today, but we want everybody to participate. I want everybody on this call today or training today to put some comments in there, say something. Number 9. And guys, I'm going to go to 10, but after that, I'm going to have other reasons people fail. Okay. So not just these 10 things, but there's some other reasons people fail. What do I have listed on those? I had 6 of them. 6. So number 9 is they are trying to get you to promote their program. Now, this is how this works. And I know an affiliate marketer that does this. This affiliate marketer has a course, and he sells this course for, I don't know, $1,500, $2,000. And in the course, he teaches you how to market his course so that you can sell his course. Now, think about that. He's telling you to do affiliate marketing and work for him, and he keeps 50% or whatever it is. That's the craziest thing in the world. He should be teaching you how to do affiliate marketing for anybody's company, but he only teaches you how to do affiliate marketing for his company. In one of his sales videos, he flies in a helicopter, lands by the side of a swimming pool in this big house, has a bunch of girls with bikinis laying around the pool, and he walks through all of them and goes inside and starts telling you about his program. Now, come on. We know he doesn't own that helicopter, that house, and all those girls weren't just hanging out at the house in their bikinis lounging around. Guys, when you see stuff like that, a red flag should go off. You should be like, this is too scammy. All right, let's see here. Let's see. What is this one here? I put this one. I don't know. I think there is merit in keeping some of the sales pages for swipe file for future marketing on your end. Yeah, it is. But, I was talking to Frank one day. He was in a mastermind with me, and I was sitting at his table and we were talking, and he says, it's so easy to be me. I said, what do you mean? He says, it's easy to be me. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, I have a lot of fame and a lot of people recognize me, and anybody could do the same thing. I said, well, how's that? He goes, just spend $10 million on ads. He says, I've spent $10 million on ads. He says, if you spend $10 million, people will recognize you too. He says, that's really that simple. I thought that was kind of funny. And he's real honest about this stuff. And I think Frank's a great guy. I don't have any problem with him. And he has some really good advice. As a matter of fact, when I was doing some consulting, I used some of his information, and I made a ton of money doing consulting. I just don't like doing consulting. But that was, he's a good guy. Yeah, but you can't be him, right? He's got a personality that, oh my God. But you may have a better personality. Who knows? Number 10, red flag. Now I've got 6 other things that I want to tell you why people fail when they buy these courses. But number 10 is they no longer do what they are teaching you. And Paul, you alluded to that just a couple minutes ago, that they are not doing what they teach you. So if I'm teaching you how to do drop shipping, or I'm teaching you how to sell products online, that's what I do every day. Okay. We had a good morning this morning already. We're 5 figures this morning, which is nice. Okay. So I'm still doing what I'm teaching, and you almost have to do that. And I'll tell you why you have to. Even let's say you were super successful and you sold $1 million worth of a widget, and then you never sold it again. Things change, softwares change, methods change, sales pages change, all these things change. So if they're not doing what they're teaching you, that should be a red flag. that should be a big red flag. Okay. I think to really stay sharp, you should be doing it. But the other thing, the big red flag about that, if they're not doing what they're teaching you, in other words, they're teaching you drop shipping, but they don't do drop shipping anymore, or they're teaching you how to do ebooks and they don't do ebooks anymore. The big red flag should be that they weren't making enough money doing that, so they switched to doing courses. Okay. They weren't successful at it. They weren't successful enough to keep them afloat. Okay. And if that's the case, do you really want to buy their course? Is that really something that you want to do? Let's see here. I think people need to know that the bigger companies like ClickBank and Shopify that offer free training, they do. Now, I would not say ClickBank's training is good. Justin Atlin and his partner came out with the one ClickBank University, and God love him, it was not a good course. It didn't really teach anything. I don't know what ClickBank's offering now. I haven't seen their latest offering, but they're no longer associated with him. Obviously, they want you to use their products. Same with Russell Brunson. Yeah, Russell's got some good training. I like his stuff. Shopify has definitely got a really good blog. You know, if you want to learn to do some stuff, go through their blog and you can learn that. The advantage really to these courses, guys, is that somebody has organized all this information. Like probably everything you need to know about selling stuff online and making money online is on YouTube for free, but it's not organized in a fashion that walks you through it. So it's really hard to really go out there and grab all these different pieces of information and make it work. Most courses will walk you through it. Most courses will teach you step by step, you know, how that's done. What else? Paul says, Paul, I really appreciate the comments, buddy. The rest of you, you're slacking. Come on, give me some comments. Who are your favorite sellers? I found a Frank Kern course on eBay cheap and saved a ton getting it. Yeah, I don't like buying anything unless it's from the person because I feel like it's probably bootlegged. So I don't do that. I like Frank Kern a lot. I think he's good. I think Russell Brunson's stuff is good. Software is not. Software was great until Kartra came out. It was really good, and I used it, but I don't think it's good now. I really don't. But you can learn some of his selling techniques by doing that. Who else do I like out there right now? Ryan Dice used to be pretty good, but his is kind of, you know, disseminated a little bit and it's not what it used to be. I could do a better list of who I don't like, but that I don't do that. I don't talk negative about people, so I'm not going to do that. But I could do a big list about who I don't like. I think you could apply this what I'm training you on today to pretty much anybody who's got a course out there. You know, it doesn't matter what it's about, but you could probably apply this to anybody out there. And I like my stuff. Okay, I like my stuff a lot. I think it's really good. Go figure, right? Okay, now here's some other reasons people fail. There's about 6 of these. Number 1, and this is the one that gets more people than anything else. They don't realize how much work it is. They don't realize how much work it is. It is a ton of work. There's a guy that I see at Starbucks, and he's trying to sell stuff online, and he keeps telling me, he says, JR, this is a lot of work. How do you do all this? How do you do the YouTube channel? And how do you do your sales pages? How do you do your food company? And how do you write a book? And it's just too much stuff. Well, the people that are going to be successful are just going to do it no matter what. So when you get into this, guys, you're going to realize like learning a new language, that's a lot of work. And, you know, I hear Babbel advertise. I hear Rosetta Stone advertise. You know, you'll be speaking a new language in 30 days. That's BS. It's a lot of work. Not saying that their courses aren't good. I've taken some Babbel and I learned a little bit of Italian before I went to Rome. But I'll tell you, it's hard to learn a new language. I speak some Spanish, but I've been working on that for probably 30, 40 years, and I'm still not great at it. You know, and I don't work on it as hard as I should. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of work to do this stuff, guys. And that's the first thing you've got to realize. Even if you buy a great course from a great person, if you don't put in the work, it's not going to work for you. Number two thing is they aren't willing to give up their social life. It's a fact. If you've got a job and a wife and or a husband and kids and dog and all these responsibilities, and you want to take on starting a new business or losing weight or working out, you've got to cut out part of your social life. Okay. I don't have a huge social life. I do have a social life, but it's for a very select few people. Okay. People who I really want to spend time with, who I really get value from. And I don't mean money value, but I mean value somehow intrinsically where it makes me feel good to be with them. My friend in San Diego, Luigi, and his wife, I love to be with them. They're just cool people. Okay. Don't make any money when I talk to him. Right. But he's a great guy, and he's been my friend since I was, I think, 26 years old. And I'm 63 now. So we've been friends for a long, long time, 30 some odd years. So I'll spend time with that. But as far as like going out to the bar or going bowling or going to the game or something like that, if you're going to take on this extra responsibility in this course, you got to give up some of your social life. Some people aren't willing to do that. That's not the course's fault. That's not the instructor's fault. That's their fault. Okay. So that's another thing that I see that really messes people up terribly. Let's see. Do you find more merit in getting to events to get what's current? That's a good question. And I would say it's hit or miss. I just went to a mastermind in Vegas, and I think most of the stuff in there, not that I didn't get value because I love being around those people, but I knew most of those things. So, would I say that event is successful or unsuccessful? I'd still say it's successful because I was able to help a couple people out, right? I was able to do something for other people and give them information and point them in the right direction. So I would say, yeah, that was a helpful event. But when I get something out of it, I think I find most of my new stuff through research. I do a lot of research, guys. I have to do, I'm getting the insulation done above our garage because we've made that into a cat room. I'm allergic to cats. My wife keeps cats out there, and they didn't insulate over the garage. So that's what I'm working on. And I've done a ton of research just since last night, and I'm going to get several estimates, and I'm really going to spend some time on it. So you got to realize you never know where that information will come from. Paul says, I like learning from people like John Lee Dumas, who teaches his system of batching products as well as how he does videos. Okay. He shoots all interviews on Monday, edits Tuesday, release on Wednesday for the week ahead. Yeah, you got to have a system. You got to have a system. Like last Thursday, I recorded 10 videos. I've edited 2 of them on Saturday. And when I say edit, it's just like a pre-edit, and I send it to my editor in the Philippines, and then he finishes it up. But yeah, you got to have a system. And if you find somebody's system that you like, jump on it, right? If it works for you, then that's a great thing. The next thing, number 3, the reasons why people fail is that they want to hire everybody to do everything for them. They want to hire somebody to write their copy, to make their sales pages, to do their emails, to do their ads, do everything. Well, people who are going to do this for you may have some expertise in doing that. But if they were really, really good at any one of these things, why would they be doing it for somebody else? I have people all the time that say, well, you help me with my business, I'll give you 50% of the profits. And I'm like, why would I take half profits? I want all of it. And they were like, well, then I wouldn't make any money. I'm like, exactly. That's why I work on my business, not yours. I don't work on your business. Okay. I don't want to do that. I can make more money working on my own business than I can if somebody hires me to work on their business. It's just not advantageous for me. Plus, it's a long-term thing. If I work on my business, I have it for years. If I work on your business, I only, get the money for the 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is our contract is. So I wouldn't want to do it. So trying to pay other people to do all this stuff for you guys is a recipe for failure. It really is. You got to learn this stuff. It's hard. I know it's hard. Somebody's saying it's difficult. Yeah, I know it's difficult. Somebody sent me a message on it. Well, I know that, but that's why most people don't do it. Number 4, I would say, is a lot of people have a history of starting, but no record of finishing. They have a history of starting, but no record of finishing. Now, I'm not saying you got to finish every single thing you start. That would be ridiculous. Okay. Because I start some projects and I look at it and I go, this isn't working out, or, my time would be better spent over here. But I also have a history of finishing a bunch of projects. If you don't have a history of finishing anything, you're probably not going to be successful with an online course. And that's not the instructor's problem. And that's not the course's problem. That's your problem. Okay. So if you don't have a history of finishing, that could be a problem for you. It really could. Let me jump over here to comments, make sure I'm not missing anything. What is this one here? Okay, I already did that one. All right, cool. Put more comments in there though, guys. Only got a couple minutes left, and I got a couple more things I want to tell you before we get out of there today. Please put some comments in there. The next one, number 5, is you're comfortable in your current situation. You see, the biggest motivator to being successful in any program is how uncomfortable you are if you stay where you're at. Okay. So let me say that again. The biggest obstacle to being successful in a program is that your comfort level is not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not horrible. Okay, so if you're trying to start an online business and you got a job that's okay, you know, and you kind of like your boss, and you enjoy going to work every day, you're making enough money to pay your bills, you're not doing without a whole lot of stuff, you're going to be a whole lot less motivated than if you're in a job and you're making good money, but you hate your boss. You just hate him. You can't stand it. You don't want to go there anymore. That was me. Okay, that was me. I just couldn't stand that person anymore. I was over them. I was done with them for so many reasons. So that was my motivation. Plus the fact that I had 2 kids. I wanted to be able to spend some time with them. I wanted to see them more, and I was always at work. So if you're really comfortable where you're at now, in other words, you want to lose weight, but you got about 7 or 8 pounds to lose, and you just love the food you're eating, and you feel like you look pretty good, you're probably not going to be successful in that course on how to lose weight. You're probably just not going to be, because you're too comfortable. Okay. Comfort breeds lack of desire, I guess, you know, so that's another thing. And then number 6, I'm going to call it like it is. You're not going to want to hear number 6. Absolutely not going to want to hear number 6, but I'm going to say it anyhow. Let's see here. Before I say number 6, this is what Paul's got to say. When you're putting a course together, what is your process? Do you set aside blocked out time for just that, or just when you have time? Oh no, I can never do it just when I have time, because I'll never have time. I just won't. No, I actually block off times. And my wife and I are both working on a course, and we've kind of put it aside for a few months. And I got to get back to it. Just because other things were more pressing, not because I don't want to finish it, which I do. But I do have to block off time. I have to say, you know, from 10 to 11:30, I'm going to work on the course. And as far as the process, I always try to set it up where, so I assume somebody knows nothing about whatever the subject matter is. And then I walk them through each and every step. I walk them through every step that they're going to need to do to get to the end result. And I also, before I even start the course, I say, what is the end result? What is it that I want this person to accomplish? You know, what is it I want them to accomplish? Richard, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. We got to get together again. Many people are scared to lead their best life. Yeah, and it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. You know, I scratch my head on that one a lot, because I see people running in and out of Starbucks every day, running to a job they don't like, and they do it day in and day out. When they can simply follow some other leader. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, find somebody who's done it and just do what they're doing. It's an illusion, because they are leaders. They are driving their lifestyles anyhow. Yeah, they're just driving it into the ground, right? Very true. You know, and the other big thing I hear a lot from people is when they say, well, that's going to take a long time to do. That'll really take a long time. And I don't care what time frame they put there, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, time's going to pass anyhow. You know, so you're either going to be doing nothing or you're going to be doing something. Time's going to pass anyhow. It's still going to pass, right? Even if it takes a long time. Let's see. We need a video shot on the beaches of Clearwater when you visit your daughter again. Yeah, you know, she's in Tampa, so she's not far from Clearwater, but she's actually moving to Virginia because her husband is getting stationed in Bahrain, and she can go there and live for 3 years, or he can go there for a year and a half. So she's opted to go to Virginia, where her mother is, and some relatives and friends and so forth. So that's where she's going to go live for that year and a half. So she won't be in Tampa much longer, Paul. She actually moves, I think, in March or April, something like that. March or April. They were just here for Thanksgiving. We had a great visit. You may have seen some pictures online about that. So guys, you now know, okay, how to tell if a course is BS, right? You also know how to tell if you're BS, okay? Because if you don't succeed in some of these courses, it may not be the course, it may not be the instructor, it may be you, okay? But you've got 10 things that I've gone through that will tell you there's a red flag. You've got 6 things that will tell you that maybe you're the red flag, okay? And if you have all 10 things checked at the top and 6 things checked at the bottom, you got a problem. You got a problem, okay? And I don't know how to put maybe I'll put a link to those in this later on in the description, where you can download all this stuff, because I know I went through them kind of fast. But you can also watch this video over and over. I would appreciate the views. I really would. Guys, thank you so much for being here. It's been a great session today. Paul, thank you for the suggestion on Friday. I did your time management video. I did a training on that, but you weren't there. You weren't there, Paul. So, but I did do what you suggested. And guys, if you do have any suggestions on subject matter having to do with starting, running, and growing online businesses, please put it in the comment section, put it in the chat section if you're live. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live, or if I upload a new video. And a thumbs up caps it off. That's what locks it all in, is that thumbs up. That is awesome. Let's see here. Any plans for a live with you in Texas next year? You know, I've been struggling with that, Paul, because I said I was going to do that, but then the world illness hit, and that really postponed it. And I want to have an event where I don't have a huge amount of people, because I don't think you get that much out of it. And I'm thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it. I'll put it to you that way. I just haven't really gotten to that stage yet where I want to pull the trigger on it. There's a lot of crappy events out there, so I've got to let people know it's going to be a good one. It's going to be worthwhile. So that's part of it. All right, let's see here. You have another comment here. Oh, hope everyone has a blessed week ahead. Have cardiac ablation tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Let me know how that goes, Paul. We're all getting older, right? So we got to maintain these bodies. Got to keep them going. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all your input. Good seeing you again, Richard, Thomas, Paul, and all the rest of you guys out there who did not comment. It's good seeing you too, even if you don't comment, but comments are always appreciated. And they're appreciated especially for those of you who don't watch this live, who want to comment later on, ask me a question. Please, please, please do that. I'll come back and answer your questions. I don't have anybody doing that but me. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.